the link out to everybody. You are live.
What's up?
Okay, let's see here. How do I post that link?
What's up? While we wait, let's make memes out of Ellington's face. Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yes.
I can't wait for that.
Yes. Okay, let's see here. Live, lift me your live chat Q&A. Perfect. Okay. Share.
We just got to make sure.
Copy link.
Got to make sure everyone knows this is going down.
I'm going to text the link to you right now. Or do you have it right there? Oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. Okay. Twitter first. Twitter. Chat.
What's up? Thanks for all the comments, guys. I love all the feedback.
Yeah,
it's been awesome.
I was following along with, or we were following along with everybody, what everybody was saying as the film was coming.
Yeah. So funny.
I love people being like, he forgot the soup.
It's so awesome.
Okay. All right, Instagram. Yo, party people, we are live chatting about the Lyft premiere on YouTube. So swipe up and come chat. Okay. Boom.
Can we talk about how bad that car would smell? Yeah, it's brutal.
Boom.
Will Sav ever get her soup? I don't know.
Okay. All right, I posted everywhere. Let's see. Hopefully I figured out where to go.
Somebody commented, David, grow some balls. I wish Gus was here right now.
Okay, so let's just go through. Is this the live?
Yeah, I'm just like looking at the chat.
Yeah, that's perfect. So we can just find questions and whatnot and answer. So yeah, if you have any questions you want to know, obviously Gordy and I worked really close together. Gordy was the director of photography. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically every visual aspect of the film he's in charge of. He's in charge of making sure it looks good, making sure it's lit. And at the same time, we're, is a really small crew. Yeah. And so he's doing sound. He's doing the camera work. He's doing lighting. And then we're constantly like talking about the script and making sure the scenes are funny and making sure it's flowing. So I want to tell one story because I always thought this was funny. So at the end when we're doing the push-ins on each character, when everyone's sort of crossing, they're staring into each other's eyes. So we actually aren't driving during that part because we found a spot on the driveway.
I think it might have been the only time we weren't actually driving.
Yeah, we drove for the others. And for Gus, because Gus is in the back, the window's dark enough.
Yeah, the windows were so tinted.
If those of you don't know, Gus is who played David. And Gordy and I are cousins. Yep. Gordy is Gus's brother.
Yep, small older brother.
And so we're panning in, we're pushing in on the characters staring into each other's eyes, and it's like 3 a.m. because we have to shoot at night because it's all so it's all night shoots. We shot like 5 days in a row, right?
Yeah, I think it's 5 days.
5 days in a row, and we would start at like everybody would get to the house at 8. We'd have pizza and kind of rehearse the scene, and then we'd shoot from like 9 to probably like 3 or 4 in the morning. 9 p.m. to 3 or 4 in the morning, and we're zooming in on Gus, and he's doing college. Was he doing midterms at the time?
Yeah, he was in the middle of midterms.
So he's doing midterms while we're shooting, and so he has to wake up at like 7 a.m. and go take these tests. And we're panning in, and Gordy's pushing in, and he falls asleep.
He literally fell asleep during the take.
And we have it. We're gonna put together bloopers, and we'll put those out maybe next week or something. But we have a handful of bloopers, and anyways, that was one of my favorite stories.
But during the take, I thought he was joking. So like, I started laughing. I was like, "Oh, all right, let's do another take." And Gus was like, "What? Like, what happened?"
Yeah, what happened? He was like asleep.
Yeah,
oh gosh, that's so great.
It's epic.
Do you have any funny stories you want to talk about?
Oh man, that was definitely number one.
That was definitely a good one.
I don't know. I mean, I think we should just take some of these questions here, see what these guys have to say. Where did the idea come from?
Yeah, I just read that one too. Basically, the idea was just that, like in LA especially, we are constantly in Ubers. That's just kind of like what you do. It's like, you're going to a friend's party, you're going to meet up for dinner or whatever, and it's just first of all, parking in Los Angeles sucks. So it's way easier to Uber, and obviously safer for the drinking aspect of it. But we're constantly in Ubers, and it's just funny because you always just get those Uber drivers that either want to talk or they don't want to talk, and you end up talking and like telling your story. Like we've been in like deep conversations like about careers. Like I remember Rocky and I have just been in deep conversation about like strategy with the band and whatnot. And then, or, my fiance Vanny will get in an Uber and she's mad at me about something and we're like in the middle of the Uber and I'm like, there's another person here. And people just forget about that. It's so funny. So I always I thought that was hilarious that people get in and just sort of start ranting or talking to the Uber driver who's somebody they just don't know.
That's why it's so funny, like having all those moments where there's all the people in the back, like, having their own problems, and there's like that's all you're focusing on, and then you pan out to realize that there's Dan sitting in the car. Just
and
like
my favorite, he's just like, after they just go at it for the two in the back, Lauren and David are kind of going at it for a second, and he's just like, you guys want to listen to music? Like he's, and it's his first day on the job. I just thought that added another level to his character of like, how awkward would that be?
He's really
first try, he's trying to do a good job, and it's his first time, and he just gets a bad car ride. Yeah. So
in the first car ride.
Yeah. And another thing, because I knew we wanted to do a short film. Yeah. And I knew we wanted to do something relatively simple and low budget. You're kind of like, okay, where can we film? Where can this whole thing take place where we don't have to book any restaurants or block off any areas or need any permits? Yeah. And it's like, all right, one location, a car, and then they're traveling. They have a destination. Everybody sort of has a motivation of what they're trying. Each character has a want. Yeah,
I think that's the strong suit of this is every single character was so defined. They all knew exactly what they wanted and the exact obstacles of what was blocking them from doing that. So I thought that's what made it work so well.
Yeah, and it was fun, and it's just like one of those things where it's just like I just kind of got a wild hair, and I was just like, we should just do this. And I knew Gordy and we've been talking about it for a couple months, and I was just like, let's just do it. Everybody says like everybody's like got all these great ideas that they want to do it, and I was like, let's be the ones that actually make it happen. So you witnessed it. Yeah,
that's what it was.
What other questions we got here?
Will sex on the beach or any American beach movies?
Yes. So what you saw was a teaser of the music video as part of the trailers for Lift Me Up. And that is going to be coming out in July sometime. I'm just going to say July because I kind of know what date it is, but I don't want to like say anything and then have it get changed. So July, I'm going to say it's 98% happening in July.
Sweet. Why it takes so long? How long did it take to create the script? That's a good question.
I probably worked on it for like a month, I would imagine, kind of going back and forth. And we had, I know I let you guys read it.
Yeah, I think I read to make sure. I don't know if it was the first draft, but a few, maybe. I just remember being not really having any expectations and reading it and being like, wow, this is really good.
Thanks, man. That. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. I think I probably kind of just tweaked little things here and there. And then even after we had a table read at my house. Gordy came over, and then I had all the characters. All the characters are friends of ours. So as I was writing, I kind of had them in mind, and it just worked out that everybody was available to be a part of it. But we had a table read, and we just sort of read through it. And that was the first time I kind of heard everything out loud. Yeah. And I tweaked a little bit of the lines here and there, just hearing everybody, because each actor just has a different way that they kind of naturally talk, and so hearing the different, sort of dialects, not really dialects, but there's just the different flow and the different timing that everybody uses.
For sure.
I tried to kind of tweak it towards the actor.
Yeah, I think that was important. Someone said, what's your favorite character? It's hard.
Dude,
it's hard to not say James. It's hard to not say James.
So that was me just being like, all right, I got to start this off somewhere. And I was like, I love acting. So I was like, I got to be in it somewhere. And I just wrote that I knew I wanted to like start in the middle of a ride, and I wanted the guy to just be like going crazy about some wild story, and I wanted to drop the audience right in the middle of it.
I think
so
I remember the
initial,
the first draft, that first scene was just so dirty. Like it was like 10 times worse than what it ended up being. But then I remember being like, "Yo, Riker, we got to tone this down."
Yeah, we brought it. We did
because the rest of the movie wasn't as dirty. So
that's true. Actually, I remember that was a good note because the rest of the film was like, kind of PG-13.
Yeah,
and this was like hard.
It was hard R. I was like, oh.
It's still kind of like R-rated context,
for
but
sure.
It's not as graphic in the description of the story.
Exactly. When did you start filming this? We filmed this almost a year ago. It's pretty crazy, right?
I think it was late July.
Which was pretty tricky because the nights were so short.
Yeah, and the nights start so late. I would literally, after the first day of filming, I was like, we should have waited to film this in the winter because then the sun goes down at like 5. We would have all night. You wouldn't have to do it so late. But,
yeah, exactly.
Will you be making any more short films? Well, what you've seen is other short films. So, Gordy, why don't you tell them a little bit about Night Shift?
Night Shift. So, I remember it was about October, and I was like, all right, we got to write a horror movie. And I think when we were doing it, it wasn't that big of a deal because we were like, oh, we should just write something and put it out so we can just, because the more you make stuff, the better you get at it. So I was just trying to make more stuff. And so we started writing a script, me and my older brother. And it just started developing, and then we ended up having this huge story. And we shot it in I think end of November of last year, and I've just been working on it ever since. And yeah,
it's really good.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's really good. I've seen it, and it's really, really. Your cinematography in that one is really showcased. I think it really, really sets the tone and sort of. It's a theme in and of itself. Your cinematography in that one. So, and it's definitely scary.
Sick. No, yeah, and I think honestly a lot of the reason I like that so much is I think the casting was perfect. I think we casted my friend Bella, who was literally just perfect in it, and she did amazing. Who was also in the Low video, if you've seen that.
Oh yeah, there you go. The Low video, if you guys didn't know, Gordy co-directed and filmed and edited that whole thing.
Yep.
With Ross and the guys. Do you know when Night Shift is coming out? Do you have a release date?
I don't know. When do you guys want to see it?
I think we should do it next week and do another premiere.
I'm down.
With more trailers.
We'll make more projects so we can do more trailers.
Yep.
I need to know if Sab's gonna get her soup. I don't know. Lift
I
me
know.
Up too.
Yeah. Do you guys want
soup?
Okay. If you want to see a sequel, let us know in the comments. Maybe
Would you rather see a sequel or another short film that's completely
something new? Yeah. You're going to get other things.
Yeah.
For sure. Full length, maybe short films, but if you want to see a sequel, and everyone go bombard Ellington because he, for some reason, won't watch Lift Me Up. He's too nervous to watch himself on screen, I think. So go tell him how good he was.
Yeah, he killed it.
And tell him that you want to see a sequel.
Another thing that I was thinking, I remember when we had some production meetings, and we were talking about, and Riker was like, oh yeah, I just figured we could be in the car the whole time and I could just be handheld. And I was like, yeah, that would work for some scenes, but I was like, I think if we really want to do this thing, we're gonna have to put the camera on the outside of the car.
Yeah, that's right. Because I was trying to
You were trying to make it easy.
I was going for easiest route and safest route for the camera. And Gordy's like, no, bro, we'll just strap it to the hood of the car. I was like, okay. And that's where all those great shots look. Every shot except for I think the throw up scene.
The throw up scene was inside.
Every shot is outside of the
Literally, car. we got a $30 thing to strap the camera.
We were retaping it.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night with the gaff tape.
God, I swear to God, I thought it was gonna fall off a few times.
It didn't fall off once though, right?
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
There was a couple times where it came loose and Ellington pulled over.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is we also we had this entire wireless monitoring system.
Yeah.
And we had Vanny, we were gonna be in the car
we were gonna
following
do a follow
them
car.
so we could monitor while they were acting. And it just didn't work at all.
It was a super crappy wireless receiver thing. It didn't work at all. So I literally I'm in the house they're driving in circles around the block around the house, and I'm just listening to the scene on speakerphone.
Yeah.
Directing them, basically voice directing them,
Yeah.
because I can't see what's going on.
It's like a radio show.
You know, I just knew where. I knew what the angle was, so I knew kind of what I was listening for, whose lines I was listening for, and then.
And it was one camera too. So
yeah,
literally
no
every single angle we just went around for every scene, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, fun. And then they would just pull back up and we'd go and like check the shot, watch the whole thing.
Watch playback. And then the front two, so Caroline and Ellington were almost always in charge. Actually, no. It was whoever's shot was. We had one or we had two mics.
We had two lavs.
Two lav mics, and that's
if you don't know, it's like a small mic that like goes under your shirt.
Yeah, so that's attached. So we start rolling, and then they have to roll the audio separately as they drive off. So the actors were actually responsible not only for knowing their lines and being in character, but every once in a while they had to do their own recording of their audio too, which was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
Sequel, please.
How long did it take to edit?
Oh yeah, good question.
It was long, I will say that, because all the audio was recorded separately, and like all of I remember when I put it all together, it was literally, we had like 10 hours of footage. Because like I said, every single time we did a take, we had to do multiple takes of that one angle, of that one scene around a few times. And it had to be rolling the whole time because we weren't in the car. So it's just like a ton of footage to look through. But I want to say like, I probably finished it in like 2 months on and off. I wasn't like working on it every day.
Yeah. And you did like scene by scene, and then we would kind of check each scene.
Yeah, exactly.
And then once we had the full thing together, then we started, watching it, making sure all the cuts were seamless and the transitions worked and everything.
Yeah.
What's your favorite scene in the movie? Either just how the way it turned out, or editing, or.
I think my favorite scene is the second scene. When they pull up to the house and everyone first gets in the car.
Yeah.
I think the pacing of it is really nice, and it's just all the characters are introduced perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. I think that worked out
second
really well.
Scene. I also really do like the very last scene. The very last scene where Dan walks up is great too. But I'm talking
where he
about
walks back to
where he walks back. That
to
I don't know. It's a tie between that and the last scene with Ellington and Gus.
Yeah,
I like that scene.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I like. Obviously, I'm partial to the first scene just because I was a part of it. And it was
it's
really,
hard.
Really fun.
That's a hard one to turn down too.
But I loved going through each of Ellington's reactions on. Did you get the soup?
Yeah.
We looked at every.
Oh my god, we did
like
that
really
so many times.
Really find the one where he's just kind of like, wait, what? And then he realized it. Oh, and we just were like, there it is.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I was just really, really excited.
And that scene was the first night of shooting too.
That's right. We shot that.
We didn't do any car scenes the first night, or did we do scene one? No.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, we did scene one and that.
No, we did we just did the final thing just to like see how it was going.
Yeah.
And then the next day we did the whole intro.
Yeah. Yeah, so the very first day of shooting, we just did Ellington at the door and Savannah. She was actually on FaceTime. We just screen recorded it, and then I put
that's right. She was literally just inside the house.
Yeah. And then that was the first night of shooting. We almost shot it in reverse because we
sort of like shot like outside. We shot like if this is the timeline, we were sort of like boop, boop,
yeah,
boop, boop.
Yeah. Well, like most film sets, we just shot it by location, but Yo, dude, it's almost 3 a.m. Oh, damn.
Yo, yeah, super. Thank you guys so much I know it's late
in
some countries where you are, and I know it's not late somewhere, but seriously, everybody that tuned in, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate
Absolutely.
it. We're leaving it up for now, so you can rewatch it whenever you want.
Yep.
We're deciding if we're leaving the trailers or if we're going to pull the trailers or not, but we'll see. So, what's our producer saying over there?
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, share it with your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys liked it, definitely,
Yeah, it's only like it's a 10-minute, 12-minute short film, so
it's a nice watch.
It's a fun little thing to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Who was in charge of wardrobe? That's a great question. My fiance Savannah Latimer did.
That's right.
Wardrobe and makeup for the ladies, and making sure that the guys weren't too shiny.
Yeah. Which it did get hot at times because they couldn't have the AC on in the car.
Oh, here's a good question. Was there anything that happened that wasn't planned, written in the script that you kept in the film? So on the throw up scene,
I love this.
So, I'm listening. I can't see anything, and I'm on speakerphone. So they have me plugged into the car so I can talk to all the actors. They have me plugged into the speakers. So I have it on mute on my end so we can be like, well, what did you think of that? Gordy and I are talking.
Yeah.
And we're listening. And so they're doing the throw up scene. And then I'm like, I can hear them finishing the scene, and the scene's over. And Jessica goes, are you guys okay? And I can kind of hear Kimmy like, no. And Gus is like, I'm so sorry. And Ellington finishes his line, which is, it's okay, things happen, blah, 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 blah. And we're on a wide shot, so we can see everything in the car. And I'm like, Kimmy, throw up again. And I just told him that, and she just goes, and then that's what we kept us.
We used the actual shot where they're sitting there, and Riker came in and said, Kimmy, throw up again. But I just cut out the audio from that, and then she just does it again.
And she just dives down.
Yeah, it was so great.
Oh, man. Yep. That was a good
Will
time.
you have any upcoming films? Yeah, we will.
Yeah, definitely. We are working on another one. We're writing it right now.
Yep.
We're
also editing one.
Yep. We're editing Solitaire.
Yep.
Solitary. What is it called? Solitary?
What's it called?
Solitary?
Yeah.
One of those words.
Yeah.
You're editing that right now. Night Shift is finished, so he's going to release that soon. And we have the Sex on the Beach music video coming out in July. And you're doing another TDE video soon. So doing another TDE video, and then we're right in the middle. We're about halfway through writing our next big project, which is probably going to be a full-length comedy.
Yeah.
So that'll be strap in, people. Thank you all again so much for tuning in and watching it. Share it with your friends if you thought it was funny. Really appreciate you guys coming out, and especially if it's late.
Yeah.
But
sorry for the horror film if it was.
Sorry to jump out at you. Yeah.
But
thank you guys so much. We appreciate your support very, very much. And what's that?
We were saying we're gonna make sure we shout out to Ellington and Kimmy.
Oh yeah. Yes,
Caroline,
big shout out
Gus.
to our actors. Gus couldn't be here, unfortunately. I forgot I was telling everybody that Gus was going to be here with us.
That's
Gus is in Catalina. He's on vacation or something. But yeah, shout out to our actors, Caroline Wagner, Kimmy Caruso, Ellington Ratliff, Gus D. St. Jor,
they all killed
and
it,
Savannah Hudson. Everybody was fantastic. Big shout out to Savannah Latimer for making everybody everybody's wardrobe perfect and makeup look really good.
Yeah, and Brennan shot some BTS.
Brennan shot some BTS, which we got to get.
Helped us out. I literally thought about the other day.
I just now forgot about that. I mean, I just now remembered that. So, thank you guys. Most importantly, thank you guys, and good job, bro. First little YouTube premiere.
That's solid.
Yeah, man. All righty. Well, hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah.
Laters. Oh, there's another button.
Oh.
Just kidding. Hold on. Laters. All right. Bye for real this time.